Problem. The most deadly pandemic in history of all mankind is sweeping around the globe. It is a pandemic which is the catalyst to all non-congenital diseases. The problem is that our bodies haven't evolved fast enough to adapt to our modern lifestyle, which unintentionally, constantly, and inappropriately activates our fight, flight, or freeze system called our sympathetic nervous system. Our bodies don't seem to yet understand that traffic, or the news, or a notification going off on our cell phones is not actually a true fight or flight event. When those things happen, our bodies deliberately dump in the stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol into our system, getting us ready for a physical battle that never comes. Medical researchers at Harvard and Stanford University Medical School confirmed that, quote, chronic activation of this survival mechanism impairs health. So much so that they have calculated this overactivation is the cause of 90 to 95% of all illness and diseases. If you've been dealing with a health challenge for a long period of time and it's not healing, it may be because your body is on some level in fight or flight, meaning your entire adaptive immune system is off. When in fight or flight, your body is never going to divert any resources towards healing your body in any appreciable way. We have to find a way to rewire our sympathetic nervous system's response to modern-day stressors. The brain is a use-it-or-lose-it organ, meaning if you use certain parts of the brain over and over again, the synapses and gray matter will grow and it will strengthen as it will become easier to use similarly again, just like a muscle. For example, the taxi drivers in London are required to memorize every single street and its location in the entire city. They call this the knowledge, and it takes an average of 4 years of studying before they pass the test. And when scientists look at their hippocampus, the memory center, it is larger than the average non-taxi driver. And in the brains of constantly stressed or anxious people, their amygdala, the brain's fear center, are larger than other people's. This makes it too easy for the fight, flight, freeze system to activate. We all have stress, but we don't want the brain to start dumping in toxic adrenaline and cortisol into our bodies excessively for non-life-threatening events. We actually want the amygdala to sort of atrophy and shrink, because we just don't need fight or flight like we used to. How many times have you run away from a tiger in your life? Unequivocally, the best tool is deep breathing and meditation. There isn't any other tool in all of science that has better efficacy, lower cost, with zero side effects and countless positive side effects. The benefits are endless. In fact, if it were a drug, it would be the most popular and expensive drug in the world. After 2 months, it has been shown to actually start to change the DNA expression that translates into actually shrinking the gray matter in the amygdala. And after 4 days, it can strengthen your immune system's first line of defense, immunoglobulin A or IgA, by 50%. No drug or vaccine in the world can do that. But there are all kinds of meditation and deep breathing methods used for all kinds of purposes. What is the best one for healing? That is the question I set out to answer. I personally did years of research conducting thousands of testing sessions on people with various types of meditation and breathing patterns using a unique EKG, EEG, and heart rate variability monitor. I finally found what I believe to be the best breathing pattern for rapid healing because of an unexplained phenomenon hidden inside our bodies that most people never knew was there. There is a breathing pattern specific to your body that when you breathe at that exact rate, your body's healing mode, the parasympathetic, atypically and inexplicably skyrockets up. This is what it looks like, and you can see that I'm not talking about the mere top of a normal distribution, but it actually skyrockets upwards. And when you breathe even a little bit faster or slower, it jumps back down to normal. You can see this person's spike was about 6.7 to 6.8 breaths per minute. The HeartMath Institute actually has a name for this phenomenon called coherence. Biometrically, this phenomenon occurs when your respiration, heart rate variability, and blood pressure rhythm all harmonize in a synchronistic dance in perfect correlation with the spike in the parasympathetic response. It's almost as if we were all destined to find this hidden rate to use it to heal. How I would find this peak in your body is I would have you breathe along with some videos that tell you exactly when to breathe in and out. You breathe between 4 and 7 breaths a minute, and I use a highly sensitive EKG and heart rate variability metric to see where the low frequency spike of your parasympathetic is. When that happens, we correlate that with what breathing rate you were at. This tool is called resonant frequency breathing. Colloquially, they call this meditator's peak, and indeed long-term meditators can organically find this rate. But instead of spending years doing trial and error, I have pioneered a method to scientifically calculate this unique breathing pattern for your body in one session. The reviews speak for themselves. We are finding that breathing at your body's rate for 15 to 20 minutes a day is profoundly healing and life-changing. People are getting off their medications, aches and pains are melting away, anxiety and depression are fading. Anything the body can heal, it will heal faster by adding this meditation and breathing tool to your healing protocol. See what others are saying. Conclusion. There are lots of different breathing patterns for lots of different purposes, and I'm not discouraging any of them. I use them too. With this pattern, I am only focused on one thing: healing the body by rewiring the anxious brain into one that struggles to ever get stressed out. Could there be other breathing patterns that turn on the parasympathetic stronger than resonant frequency breathing? Absolutely. I'm not saying this is the last word on the subject. I am always testing new patterns, but I am confident in saying that this is a profoundly excellent tool with thousands of satisfied users. The science is sound, it's non-invasive, highly effective, and best of all, free.